You feel it, don't you? That subtle pull, like an invisible thread leading you here to this exact moment. It's more than just chance. This isn't an accident. The universe has a way of aligning you with precisely what you need when you need it. And right now, you need to understand something profound. You've been drawn to this knowledge because a dormant part of you is stirring, a part that's been asleep for far too long, yearning to awaken. For centuries, hidden within cryptic manuscripts and forgotten archives, lie the blueprints of our very existence. These aren't just dusty old books. They are the original blueprints of souls, revealing a cosmic history so grand, so deeply intertwined with our own being, it's been deliberately veiled. Imagine libraries where the very air hums with the concentrated wisdom of forgotten ages, a symphony of past lives and cosmic truths. Understanding these archives isn't just about intellectual curiosity, it's about reclaiming a birthright. It's about reactivating the spiritual power that's been lying dormant within you, allowing you to finally see yourself not as a fleeting mortal, but as a powerful, eternal being with a true cosmic identity. Are you ready to peer behind the curtain? This transmission begins with a message of divine timing, hinting that you've been drawn to this knowledge for a reason. It will then expose the ancient, hidden libraries and texts that hold the blueprints of souls, revealing how humanity's true spiritual history has been deliberately obscured, and how understanding these archives can awaken dormant spiritual power within you, allowing you to reclaim your true cosmic identity. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Now let's keep going. The feeling of arrival, of finding this specific path, is palpable. It's not a random occurrence, it's a synchronistic event, a nudge from the universe itself. Think of it like a homing beacon within your own spirit, an internal compass finally pointing you towards a truth you've been subconsciously seeking. This resonance, this deep inner hum, signifies that you are on the verge of significant self-discovery. We speak of hidden libraries, vast repositories of knowledge that have escaped the ravages of time and censorship. These aren't places you find on any map. They exist in dimensions just beyond our ordinary perception, accessible only to those whose frequencies are aligned with their ancient vibrations. Each text within them is a potent artifact, a key waiting to unlock forgotten doors within your own consciousness. The divine timing of your presence here suggests that the echoes of these archives are already beginning to stir within your own energetic field. You are, in a sense, already touching the edges of this profound wisdom. This initial resonance is your spirit's acknowledgement that it's time to remember. But what truly activates this resonance, and how do these seemingly ethereal libraries hold the tangible blueprints of our souls? In the next section, we'll delve into the Akashic Records, the cosmic library where every thought, every action, every breath of every being is eternally inscribed. Imagine a boundless ocean of information stretching across all of time and space. This is the Akashic Records, a vast, living library where the history of every soul, every event, every possibility is meticulously recorded. It isn't made of paper and ink, but of pure consciousness and energy, glowing with an ethereal light. Within this cosmic archive, your soul's journey is laid bare. Every life you've ever lived, every lesson learned, every karmic thread woven is documented. This is not a passive recording. It's a dynamic, energetic tapestry constantly in flux, reflecting the cumulative evolution of all consciousness. Accessing it feels like diving into a profound, silent ocean, where the whispers of your past selves and the potential of your future selves brush against your awareness. These records are incredibly sensitive, reacting to your own energetic state. When your consciousness shifts, when you begin to truly seek understanding, the veil over these records thins. You might experience fleeting insights, intuitive nudges, or vivid dreams that feel like distant memories. These are the first whispers, the initial brushstrokes of your own Akashic story revealing itself. But how are these grand cosmic narratives translated into the intricate details of our individual souls, and what are the specific markers that define our unique spiritual essence within this universal database. In the next section, we will explore the hieroglyphs of the soul blueprint, the universal language that inscribes our very being into the fabric of existence. Within the Akashic records, individual souls are not merely abstract souls, but intricate designs etched with symbolic language. These are the hieroglyphs of the soul blueprint, a cosmic DNA that defines your essence, your purpose, and your predetermined paths. They are ancient symbols, far older than any written language known to humanity, vibrating with specific frequencies. Think of them as an astrological chart, but infinitely more profound. These glyphs detail your soul's origin, its mission for this lifetime, the karmic lessons it's meant to integrate, and the unique spiritual gifts it possesses. They are etched into your energetic being from the moment of your inception, guiding your journey through the labyrinth of existence. Understanding these hieroglyphs means decoding your own divine architecture. It's like finding the master key to your own being, revealing the underlying structure that governs your experiences, your attractions, and your challenges. Each symbol carries a profound truth about your divine nature and your connection to the source. But these sacred blueprints are not always presented clearly. There are forces that deliberately obscure this profound script. What if the very act of seeking this knowledge means you are already challenging a carefully constructed illusion? In the next section, we will explore the Gnostic veil of ignorance, the fabricated barrier designed to keep these soul blueprints hidden. The knowledge we've touched upon, the profound architecture of our soul blueprints, is not universally accessible. There exists a deliberate obscuring, a carefully woven shroud designed to keep these vital truths hidden from humanity. This is the Gnostic veil of ignorance, a conceptual barrier erected by forces that benefit from keeping us unaware of our true power and cosmic lineage. This veil isn't made of physical material. It's a construct of belief systems, of societal conditioning, and of deliberately distorted narratives. It whispers doubts into our minds, making us question our intuition, dismiss synchronicities, and believe we are merely accidental beings adrift in a meaningless universe. It fosters a deep sense of separation from ourselves, from each other, and from the divine. The effect of this veil is profound. It prevents us from recognizing the divine hieroglyphs etched into our very beings. We feel lost, disconnected, and powerless, endlessly searching for meaning outside ourselves, never realizing that the answers lie within the very blueprint it conceals. It's a masterful act of spiritual suppression. But what happens when these sacred names, the very identifiers of our divine essence, are twisted and corrupted within this veil of ignorance? What ancient power lies dormant in the inversion of our true nomenclature? In the next section, we will uncover the inversion of sacred names, a powerful technique used to further obscure our cosmic identity. The veil of ignorance doesn't just hide the blueprints, it actively engages in a form of spiritual sabotage. One of its most insidious tactics is the inversion of sacred names. Our true names, the vibratory essence of our souls, carry immense power and recognition from the divine. However, these names have been deliberately twisted, recontextualized, and imbued with negative connotations throughout history. Think about it. Many ancient deities, once benevolent cosmic forces, have been transformed into figures of fear and malice in modern narratives. This isn't just a shift in storytelling, it's a calculated effort to disconnect us from the original frequencies these names represent. By corrupting the name, they corrupt the essence, making us recoil from our own divine potential. This inversion creates a psychic dissonance. When we hear certain names, instead of a sense of sacred recognition, we feel apprehension or disgust. This emotional response acts as a lock, preventing us from accessing the inherent power and wisdom associated with that original, uncorrupted vibration. It's a form of spiritual amnesia, ensuring we don't remember who we truly are. But where do these inverted names and corrupted frequencies find their most potent expression, and how do they resonate through ancient texts designed to mislead us? In the next section, we will explore the echoes in forbidden grimoires, uncovering the hidden messages within texts deemed heretical. Forbidden grimoires. The very phrase conjures images of forbidden knowledge and dark rituals, but these texts are not always what they seem. Often they are repositories of truths so potent that they had to be disguised, hidden in plain sight, or deliberately branded as heretical to protect them from those who would misuse them. Within their pages lie echoes of the original divine language, twisted and coded. These grimoires are like ancient radio receivers, tuned to frequencies that have been deliberately jammed or altered. They contain fragments of the inverted sacred names, but also, for the discerning eye, traces of their original, uncorrupted forms. The dissonance between the corrupted narrative and the underlying truth creates a spiritual puzzle, a test for the seeker. To truly understand these texts is to navigate a labyrinth of deception. You must learn to discern the original divine signature beneath layers of imposed fear and misdirection. The power within them is immense, offering glimpses into the true mechanics of spiritual constructs, but also holding warnings about the very forces that orchestrated their corruption. However, the insidious nature of this deception goes deeper than mere names and texts. There is a fundamental structure, a geometric framework that these forces use to control our very consciousness. What is this hidden architecture that binds us? In the next section, we will investigate the geometry of consciousness binding. The binding of our consciousness isn't arbitrary. It's meticulously engineered through specific geometric patterns. These aren't abstract mathematical concepts, but tangible energetic structures that influence our perception and limit our awareness. Think of them as unseen scaffolding erected around our minds, guiding our thoughts and emotions along predetermined pathways, preventing us from expanding beyond a certain boundary. These geometric forms are woven into the fabric of our reality, subtly influencing how we interpret information, how we interact with the world, and even how we understand ourselves. The architecture is designed to foster a sense of limitation, to make us believe that our present reality is the only reality and that our capacity for understanding is finite. It's a sophisticated form of psychic imprisonment. When you become aware of these geometric prisons, you start to see them everywhere. They are embedded in symbols, in architecture, and in the very ways we organize information. Recognizing them is the first step to dismantling them, to understanding how our minds have been molded, and to begin the process of reclaiming our cognitive freedom. But who are the architects of this geometric control, and what is their ultimate purpose in manipulating our collective perception and individual thought patterns? In the next section, we will expose the spectral engineers of reality, the unseen entities that orchestrate this intricate system of control. The geometric bindings we've discussed are not accidental. They are the work of specific entities operating behind the scenes of our perceived reality. These are the spectral engineers of reality, subtle intelligences that manipulate the energetic and dimensional frameworks to influence human consciousness and behavior. They are the unseen forces shaping our collective experience. These engineers operate through complex vibrational frequencies and energetic imprints. They use the geometric patterns as their tools, like artisans shaping clay, to mold our perceptions and direct our spiritual evolution along specific, controlled trajectories. Their goal is not necessarily outright destruction, but rather a highly managed, contained form of existence that serves their grander, often hidden, agenda. Understanding their existence means acknowledging that our reality is far more malleable and far more manipulated than we typically believe. It suggests that our spiritual journey is not always a free exploration, but can be a guided path designed by forces with their own vested interests. This realization can be both terrifying and empowering. But what is the ultimate harvesting objective of these engineers? And how does their manipulation create the cycles of rebirth that keep us ensnared? In the next section, we will explore the soul harvest and reincarnation cycles, revealing how our continuous return is part of a larger, controlled system. The cycle of reincarnation, often presented as a natural progression for spiritual growth, can be revealed as something far more intricate and controlled. This is the soul harvest, a process orchestrated by the spectral engineers. They don't merely observe, they actively manage the influx and outflow of souls, guiding them through a cycle of rebirth that serves their ultimate purpose. This system is designed to ensure a continuous supply of consciousness energy, which these entities seem to subsist upon or utilize for their own cosmic projects. Each lifetime, each experience, becomes a unit of harvest. The lessons learned, the emotions felt, the energy expended, all contribute to this grand, ongoing extraction. The cycle of reincarnation, therefore, becomes a sophisticated mechanism for perpetual resource gathering. The illusion of free will within these cycles is profound. While we may feel we are making choices, the parameters of our lives, the catalysts for our experiences, and even the timing of our births and deaths are subtly influenced, ensuring we remain within the harvestable energy fields. It's a well-oiled machine of spiritual reincarnation. But this system of control and harvest has ancient roots, and its methods often draw from traditions that have been deliberately demonized to obscure their true power. Where do these dark practices originate, and how have they been perverted? In the next section, we will uncover the pagan roots of demonic deception, exposing how ancient wisdom was twisted into modern fear. The entities we perceive as demons or malevolent spirits often have their origins in ancient pagan traditions, where they were understood as different facets of the divine or as primal forces of nature. These were not necessarily evil in the modern sense, but represented aspects of creation that were powerful, untamed, and sometimes dangerous if not approached with respect and understanding. However, through a sophisticated process of inversion and propaganda, these ancient energies and figures were recontextualized. Their sacred roles were deliberately corrupted, their powerful attributes twisted into symbols of fear and malevolence. This was a strategic move to disconnect humanity from the primal, earth-based wisdom and the raw power inherent in those ancient belief systems. By demonizing the old ways, the architects of control aimed to sever our connection to the Earth's vitality and the untamed, sovereign spirit that pagan traditions celebrated. It was a way to isolate us, to make us doubt the inherent power within nature and ourselves, and to steer us towards more easily controllable, abstract spiritual frameworks. But these corrupted narratives and harvested souls need a point of origin, a way to be recognized and addressed within the energetic landscape. How are these cosmic addresses established, and what are the symbols that facilitate this connection? In the next section, we will explore the sigils of cosmic address. In the grand, energetic architecture of reality, there are specific markers and symbols that act as cosmic addresses, facilitating connection and communication between different dimensional planes, entities, and even souls. These are the sigils of cosmic address, intricate patterns that resonate with particular frequencies, acting like energetic signposts. These sigils are not random designs. They are often geometric, symbolic, or vibratory in nature, imbued with the intention of their creators. They can be used to draw specific energies, to establish a permeable boundary, or to create a point of contact for summoning or channeling. Think of them as keys that unlock specific energetic doorways, allowing access to particular realms or forces. The mastery of these sigils, both by those who seek to control and those who seek liberation, is a crucial aspect of spiritual warfare. When you understand these sigils, you begin to see them embedded in ancient artifacts, in occult symbols, and even in the patterns of natural phenomena. Recognizing them is the first step to understanding the energetic language of the cosmos. But among the many forces that seek to influence our reality, one planet and its associated celestial body has been consistently associated with limitations, fear, and control. What is the pervasive influence of this particular celestial body, and how has its presence been erased from our conscious understanding? In the next section, we will investigate the Saturnian fear and its erasure. The influence of Saturn, the ringed planet, has been subtly woven into the fabric of human experience, often associated with restriction, discipline, and the harsh lessons of reality. However, this connection has been deliberately obscured, its fear-inducing aspects amplified, and then systematically purged from mainstream historical and spiritual narratives. This is the Saturnian fear and its erasure. The erasure wasn't about removing Saturn from the sky, but about removing the conscious understanding of its deep, pervasive energetic impact on our lives and consciousness. It was a move to disconnect humanity from a potent source of cosmic influence that, when misunderstood, could breed limitation and despair. By hiding this connection, the architects of control ensured that Saturn's restrictive energies could operate more effectively, unchecked by conscious awareness. This deliberate blanking out of Saturn's true significance has left a void in our understanding of cosmic mechanics. We experience the effects of its influence, the sense of being bound, the struggles with time, the weight of karma, without understanding the source, making us more susceptible to its subtle programming. The fear it inspires has been amplified, then masked. But this Saturnian influence and the broader systems of control we've glimpsed are not merely haphazard occurrences. They are part of a deeply orchestrated strategy, a grand design for shaping human spiritual development. What is the hidden orchestration behind what we perceive as spiritual growth? In the next section, we will explore the hidden orchestration of spiritual growth. What we often perceive as organic spiritual growth is, in many cases, a carefully managed and guided process. There's a hidden orchestration at play, a system designed to channel our spiritual evolution along specific pathways. This means that the breakthroughs, the insights, and even the struggles we experience on our spiritual paths are not entirely serendipitous. This orchestration aims to guide souls through predictable stages, often leading them back into cycles of controlled reincarnation. It's like a spiritual curriculum designed by certain entities, ensuring that while we may progress, we do so within certain boundaries, preventing us from reaching a level of uncontainable sovereignty. The awakening is often a controlled release rather than a complete liberation. The goal of this hidden orchestration is to maintain a state of controlled evolution, where souls gain just enough understanding to remain engaged in the system, but not enough to break free entirely. This maintains the flow of energy and consciousness that benefits the orchestrators, ensuring their continued influence over our reality. But within this orchestrated system, a particular symbol has emerged as a focal point of this control, representing a contained and artificial reality. What is this black cube, and what does its omnipresent symbolism reveal about the illusion of our containment? In the next section, we will examine the black cube and the illusion of containment. The black cube is a potent symbol across various ancient and modern traditions, often associated with power, density, and confinement. Its omnipresence in sacred geometry, religious iconography, and even astrological charts is no accident. It represents a powerful illusion of containment, a deliberate construct designed to limit our perception of infinity and our true unbound nature. This symbol signifies a concentrated point of energetic density, a place where the infinite is made finite. It's a manifestation of the forces that seek to box in consciousness, to create boundaries where none inherently exist. When we engage with this symbol, either consciously or unconsciously, we are, in essence, acknowledging and reinforcing the very walls that seek to imprison us. The black cube is the ultimate representation of a controlled reality, a contained universe that keeps us from recognizing our infinite potential and our connection to the boundless source. It tells us that our existence is limited, that our power is restricted, and that our spiritual journey begins and ends within its imposed confines. It is the ultimate lie of limitation. But what if the true purpose of this orchestrated system and the symbolism of the black cube is not to permanently trap us, but to push us to a point where we realize the illusion and finally reclaim our true selves? In the next section, we will explore reclaiming your cosmic signature, the act of identifying and reclaiming your unique energetic identity. The realization that our existence has been orchestrated, that symbols like the black cube represent an illusion of containment, is not an end point, but a profound beginning. It is the moment we begin to reclaim our cosmic signature, the unique energetic frequency and divine blueprint that is intrinsically you. This is the process of remembering your true, unbound identity. Reclaiming your signature means actively divesting from the imposed limitations and recognizing the innate divinity within you. It's about understanding that your soul's blueprint, your Akashic record, is not a set of restrictive parameters, but a vibrant, infinitely adaptable expression of the source. It's hearing the whispers of your true self above the cacophony of manipulation. This reclamation is an act of powerful defiance against the forces that sought to obscure your light. It's about aligning your vibrations with your highest potential, shedding the layers of fear, ignorance, and imposed identity. It is the conscious decision to step out of the illusion and into your authentic, eternal, and unlimited being. Having seen the mechanisms of control and the illusion of containment, what then is the ultimate act of liberation that awaits us, and how do we fully embrace our infinite potential? In the final section, we will discuss the unlocking and the infinite potential. The journey through these revelations culminates not in a final restriction, but in an ultimate unlocking. The understanding of the soul blueprints, the veiled libraries, and the mechanisms of control are all steps towards this final liberation. The unlocking is the moment you fully embrace your infinite potential, realizing that the limitations were always perceived, never inherent. This is where the true work begins. It's about actively integrating the knowledge, about living your cosmic signature with every breath. It means understanding that the universe within you mirrors the universe without, and that your capacity for creation, for expansion, and for connection is boundless. The fear dissolves, replaced by an exhilarating sense of freedom and divine purpose. You are not a contained entity, you are an expression of the infinite. The orchestrated cycles, the veils of ignorance, the symbols of containment, they are all part of a grand, cosmic lesson designed to lead you to this very point, the realization of your own limitless being. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We'll see you in the next one.